Oh, what's up?
What's up?
What you been up to lately?
Oh, just like the usual. Just like school and I don't know, stuff like that.
What about that video you said you were gonna make a while ago? Wasn't it like you were playing golf at some really hard course?
Oh, yeah, it's almost done. I just have to like narrate it, and then that's pretty much it. But like, it's only been a couple of weeks, so I don't think it's a big deal.
Didn't you play in January though?
Yeah.
It's April.
Yeah, I better get that started.
Who are you again? Dalton, don't you get it? I'm you. You have to wake up. You have to wake up. You have to wake up. You have to wake up.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Hello. So, if you haven't watched the first video of me training already, you can go ahead and watch that now if you want a little bit of context for this video. But basically what happened is I had not played golf seriously in over 5 months until my friend invited me to play with him at Tobacco Road Golf Club, which is Golf Digest's 10th hardest course in America. So I basically had 11 days to get good enough to play this course. And it was a really tough process, but I think at the end of it all, I felt a lot more confident in my game and was feeling good going into this round. My goal for this round was to break 100, so if you want to keep that in the back of your mind as you watch this, you're more than welcome to. But really at the end of the day, golf isn't about the score, it's about the friends you make along the way. But without further ado, let's get the footage from the course up and rolling and see just how well I played.
Alright, so here we are on hole 1, and as you can see, there's my buddy Drew. He's teeing off. I think he hit it straight down the middle of the fairway. He's a pretty good golfer. Here I am, big old slice way to the left. I really wish I could get the ball tracker going, but couldn't get it to work for this video.
How we feeling?
It's cold and it's rough.
Oh man. It's like 35 degrees right now.
Bad lie here, I just had to punch out, but it ended up in the sand.
Honestly, that was about the best I could do. Sucks that ended up in the sand. But whatever. Take what I can get.
My biggest thing with golf is I play a lot better when I'm in a positive attitude, and God was really putting me to the test on this one. But overall, I was just trying to keep, the positive vibes going the whole time.
Oh my god, dude.
I've forgotten how to play golf. I do not know what this sport is. Well, I get a nice view.
At this point, I finally had like a 60-yard shot that I was finally confident in, but it still didn't go well. Out of the whole entire round, this was probably the point that I was the most upset, and thankfully it was just at the beginning, but it got a lot better from there. By some miracle, I didn't lose my ball this entire hole, even as many strokes as I took. I stayed in bounds the whole time. So that was the one positive that I saw out of this entire hole. 14 strokes later, and I was finally able to end my suffering. I wasn't expecting this revelation to come this early, but after just one hole, I basically realized that there's close to no chance I was breaking 100 on this course. It was just too cold, and I was just playing too poorly for me to really be going after it, which is kind of liberating in a way, where I can just play the way I want to play and not get stressed out about it. And I think it helped a little bit here, but this is just the wettest shot you'll ever see. This sand right here is not even sand, it's just mud. I think it rained the night before, and it was like 35 degrees. It was on the verge of freezing, but it was somehow still liquid. Getting out of that mud in one shot was a feat in and of itself, but then I was able to chip it and 2-putt for a triple bogey, which, seeing the last hole, is a pretty good bounce back. Hole 3 is one of the 2 holes I've ever witnessed a hole-in-one. That's good. You're on the green. And, you know, I'm feeling pretty confident in this shot, but I think my body thought differently.
I'll have another ball, whatever.
So now I have this really strange shot, and I mess it up again, but it somehow goes through the bunker and then ends up right in the grass.
Here we go. Just like how I drew it up.
In front of it. You can see that trail there from the bunker. And so now all I have to do is just let it roll. After the most impressive shot of the round so far, I was able to get a bogey, which, again, is not that bad. Now, if you remember, Drew actually hit it on the green from his first shot, but that doesn't mean that he was home free. He actually struggled a little bit from the green and ended up also getting a bogey. So I just gave him a friendly little reminder of that. Hole 4 is a big dogleg left, par 5. And I'm feeling confident going into this tee after getting my bogey. So I went after it with my 3-wood. Still didn't really get that far. That's been kind of a theme for this whole entire round, is just not hitting it as far as I want to. But I tried getting it over again, and the slice came back and ended up in the sand. But I did get a chance to record this nice shot by Drew. You know, tough conditions in that lie there, but he was able to get it back on the fairway. I think he got in the green in regulation, so that was a good shot by him. Here I am back on the sand, though, and, I mean, just look at this view. Even in the dead of winter, when everything is looking gross, this course, you can still tell, is so beautiful. And I still couldn't get it there. I wasn't really super upset with that, though. I kind of knew that I would be hitting out of the sand again. So then this is, you know, where the magic really happens. Only sometimes, you know, it takes a couple tries to get the magic to happen, but just watch this next shot right here. Clean, dude. My bunker play, honestly, was not that bad this round. And then here's another good look at bogey again. So honestly, most people don't like being on the bogey train, but after that first hole, that's all I'm looking for. Bogeys or birdies at this point for me. Wasn't able to connect. Gonna have to settle with the double bogey, but again, not the worst thing in the world. Hole 5 is actually a drivable par 4 for the better golfers, but I'm not all that great, so I got it about halfway there with my 3-wood in the sand again. And right now I have my 6-iron out, but as you can see, there's that hill right in front of me, so I got a little bit scared.
No, I'm too scared. Give me my 7-iron.
And I went and got my 7-iron just so I knew I would get it over, which I did, but I don't think that I hit it all that clean. Ended up in some more rough and just barely got it over up onto the grass. It was literally like inches away from going back into the sand. So then here's me hitting from probably about 50, 60 yards away. But those are the shots that I love. And look how close. Look, I was literally like a foot away from holding it out. So now it's like, oh, easy putt. Get that in for bogey, I believe. Okay, so now I'm just going to have to settle for double bogey. Or triple. Now we're back at another par 3. I took a mulligan here, just hit a bad shot the first time. I'll keep track of those mulligans if you want to add them to my score, but I like taking mulligans when I'm struggling a little bit. Also, with these bunker shots, you're seeing them taking practice swings. It's actually a local rule that all the bunkers here are waste bunkers, which means that you can take practice swings. So I would rake it if there were rakes, but that's just a rule that you don't rake it here. I was able to hit pretty well on that bunker shot, so now I'm just 2-putting for bogey, so feeling pretty good on these par 3s. Since this hole is really far downhill, I brought out the driver again, and accounted for my slice, but accounted a little bit too much for it and hit a tree and went essentially out of bounds. So I took another mulligan. It's 2 for the day so far. The second shot was actually pretty decent. So here I am on my second shot. You can't really see what's up there, but I was basically just laying up with a half swing with my 4-iron so that I could take an actual shot right here at the pin, since there's kind of a little bit of a swamp in between the green and the fairway. This green is crazy though, so it actually landed at the top of the green, but then started rolling all the way back down. It's just on such a huge hill that it just all funnels down.
Dang it.
And there's Drew hitting out of the swamp. I don't know. He was wearing white shoes. I don't know what he was doing, getting his shoes all dirty like that. But, I mean, just look at the screen, man. It's so crazy. I apologize for my playing partner here. This was the first time I met him. I just don't think that he realized that the camera was there.
Go. Stay.
But I putted it like right at the top of that hill.
Start moving.
So I went and marked it really fast. And then there's my second putt. Here's putt number 3. And on greens like these, man, 3 putts are not that bad. But 4 putts are pretty tough to swallow. Hole 8 has another crazy looking green, but my first shot didn't go too well, and I ended up in all of that tall grass, and it actually took me 2 shots to get it out of it. But that second shot to get out of it was really good. Had me set up right beside the pin, so I was able to get in for double bogey. And then here we are at hole 9, and I don't know how, but my shot just went directly right and into some more swamp. So instead of taking another shot, walking all the way down there, getting another ball, taking another shot, I just took a drop at the front of the fairway. And again, that's something that if I was on tour, obviously I wouldn't do, but this is not on tour. I'm trying to keep the pace of play up. So I was able to do pretty well, but ended up in this super steep bunker again. It's like a solid 8 feet change in elevation. I wasn't able to get it up the first time. Second time I was, but just barely. That's the name of the game right here. Like, look how close I am to that cliff. And I just used a little Texas wedge right here. Get it up by the pin. Not trying to do anything fancy around here. Don't want to mess anything up, even more than it is. But into the front 9, obviously had a couple pretty steep rough patches. But I think there were also some individual shots that, you know, I can hang my hat on. So spirits aren't super low going into the back 9. Hole 10 is definitely a lot more wide open than the rest of the course. So it really felt like playing in England or something. Like, it was just so windy and so cloudy and so cold. But this second shot was crazy. I thought I found my ball, but it was actually someone else's ball that they just left in the middle of the bunker. And the ball that I did find was embedded in the side of the bunker. And from my understanding, I think that that's a free drop. Here I am with my 4-iron though, just trying to get it down the fairway and at least close to the green.
That was so bad.
I hit that literally as far as I would have hit my pitching wedge. Vibes after the front 9, not good, dude. I probably hit over 60. I haven't looked at my score yet. But goal for this 9 is to hit under 50, which I think is achievable. So let's just see where I can get from here. It's important to keep a short memory when you play golf and take each hole at a time and each stroke at a time. But this hole in particular was pretty tough. It's just so blistering cold. In North Carolina too. It doesn't normally get this cold, but for whatever reason, this was that one weekend out of the year where it's just freezing conditions. That's how it is in North Carolina. It's warm most of the year. Sometimes it gets a little bit chilly, but then for about 1 or 2 weeks, it's just stupid cold and on the verge of snowing.
Hole 11 is a par 5 with a massive sand trap to the right, so my whole plan for this entire hole was just to keep it left, which isn't that hard when you have a pretty bad slice and you're a lefty. So I actually did end up in just about the middle of the fairway, which was nice. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just swing at it with my 3-wood, see what happens. And I hit another slice, but again, not the worst thing in the world when there isn't really anything over there. So Drew actually did end up in the sand, but I think he was able to get out. So good for him. I took it the safe route. I didn't even want to hit it over this bunker here. This is probably the most infamous bunker in American golf. It's like 14 feet or something from the bottom of the bunker to where the green is. Yeah, I hit it way short, but I'm not even mad. Just walking up that fairway, taking it as slow as possible. But Drew had another good shot, so it's been cool getting footage of his game too, because I think that he had a pretty good round that he hung his hat on.
All there? Yeah. Nice.
But didn't really hit a good chip there. So now I have this super long putt. And since it's uphill, I just whacked it. And I overhit it and actually had to chip it back on the green. I was able to tap in, and our other 2 playing partners left early because it was that cold and they were that miserable. But me and Drew stuck it out. We were like, we've been playing for this long, might as well get our money's worth. We're broke college kids. We don't get to golf that much at places this nice, so we stuck it out. And hole 12 is really cool. It plays very well to my slice, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hack at it again with my 3-wood and let my slice do the job. That green is up to the left there, and it actually followed the perfect path.
Oh, how did it just stop there? I thought it was going to roll out.
The only problem is that the grass was a little bit wet.
That was shaped so perfectly too, and then it just died.
So it didn't roll as far as I was hoping it would, and ended up short of the green. But now I have a little chip, and guess what? I have my first chance at par. Look at that. It's still a pretty decently long putt for par, but it's a par chance nonetheless. Just barely miss it. But you can kind of see that the engines are starting to warm up a little bit more. It definitely wasn't any warmer in terms of temperature out there, but I was feeling it a little bit more. You can see me go at it with my driver. Ended up in the sand. And I believe that this was with my 7-iron again. I think that tall grass in front of me scared me a little bit. Shanked it. So now I just have to punch out perpendicular to the fairway. I don't know what I was doing here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I was trying to hook it or something stupid, but I ended up just hitting it directly into the woods.
And now for a special segment of Dalton looking for his golf ball. We haven't had one today because I've been keeping it relatively straight, I guess. The thing is, I have no idea where it went. I just heard it over here. Oh, dude. There is no way. Holy crap, I found it. I don't know if that's playable though. I'm just gonna take a penalty stroke. I found it. Where the heck is the flag?
At this point in time, I thought that the pin was about 100 yards closer to me than it actually was. And I thought I hit a great shot, but then when I walked down, I realized, oh, it's not in this valley. It's in the next valley. So I basically had a completely blind shot, just going directly over that hill. And I was like, well, I mean, it felt okay. I don't know what's up there.
Oh!
Holy crap.
Dude, look at those groupings, man.
Jeez. We are pros.
Dude, legit.
Yeah, I didn't know that the pin was on that side though.
What do you mean?
I didn't even know that the pin was there. I thought the pin was center of the green when I looked at it the last time.
Oh, no.
Cinder Hall.
My first shot on hole 14 ended up coming short into that bunker on the left, and even though it was still in play, I decided to take a mulligan. I knew that I could do a lot better, so ended up hitting it again, and the distance was spot on this time, just a few yards to the right. Not the hardest putt in the world. Actually came very close to making it. And that set me up to tap in for par, which is the first par of the round. Hole 15 is a par 4. Pretty straightforward, but again, like a lot of the holes on this course, you really don't know what's ahead of you. So my first shot, just trying to get it onto the fairway. As it's been the whole round, came up short, ended up in the waist. I was able to get it out with a 4-iron. Definitely didn't hit the cleanest shot, but I was able to get into the fairway nonetheless. And then here I am with a 7-iron, trying to get it in. And I screw it up again. But, you know, just making baby steps, and here I am with the best shot of the round.
Oh, heads up. Come back. This is gonna be good, dude. Oh my gosh. Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
So I just tapped that one in for my 100th stroke of the round, and on to hole 16. Sent that one directly into the woods, so taking my 4th mulligan of the round. This one was a big slice to the left. If I had a little bit more power, it wouldn't have been that bad of a shot, but ended up in about the worst spot possible, where I just got to get it out. I don't even know if I can make it into the grass.
No way.
But I'm just going to do my best here.
I'm going for it. Kind of. I'm going to see if I can roll it up there. This might end very poorly.
Good shot.
Holy moly. Dude, if you saw the lie, I don't think... It was literally like embedded in the grass. And it somehow got out. Like I had to hit a 4-iron. I had to use a 4-iron to get it out of there.
Just to show you how hard this course is, here's a little clip of Drew having some more issues with the greens.
No, stay. No! Oh, there it goes. Oh, no. Oh.
But back to me, here's my chance at par, if you can believe it or not, minus the mulligan. And almost made the same mistake as Drew. I was right before that ridge there that would have sent me back another 50 yards. But here's for bogey. And then took a little cheeky double bogey for hole 16. Now on to hole 17, another par 3. Love those. But once again, ended up just a little bit short, so I'm hitting out of the sand for about the 50th time this round. I'm just trying to flop it up there.
I was so scared that was going to go over.
This green is so narrow that there isn't a whole lot of room for error, but I actually ended up with a decent look at par. Tap that one in for bogey and onto the last hole. And this is probably my favorite camera angle I've ever recorded for any video. It's just so awesome being able to walk up a hill that steep and get to watch shots from that angle. And I actually love that angle so much that I decided to take 2 shots. So mulligan count is now at 5. But able to get it somewhat in bounds on my second shot.
I saw where it went though.
Still not in the most ideal place, but I'm not too far off of the fairway. So I just got to thread the needle here. And I almost got it through, but hit a tree.
I'm out.
I'll get there.
I didn't know what my score was while I was playing, but I am closing in on 120. So right now I just have to prevent disaster to, you know,
Oh, great shot.
get within 20 strokes of what my goal originally was. Kind of screwed
that
up
was
this
so
chip
bad.
here, a little bit out of character since my chipping is normally pretty good, but able to redeem myself a little bit right here, get it to a decent spot, and then nice little 2-putt to end the day on 118. And Drew was 1 stroke away from beating his previous score out here. So just heartbreaking to see him miss that short putt there at the end. But I think overall, both of us had a really fun time out here. It's a great course. Even on probably the worst day of the year to play it, it's still about as much fun as you can ever have on a golf course. So I really loved making this video. This is the first time that I have recorded a full round of myself playing. And it took a lot of effort editing it. A lot of tedious work went into this, but I think it was all worth it. I really enjoyed making it, and if you really enjoyed watching it, I would really appreciate a subscription if you want to see more stuff like this, or a lot of different stuff. This channel, I kind of like to change things up every time, but I do like making golf content. So anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you all in the next one. Stay safe out there.